I will continue to read the letter that Tom will distribute to you upon my conclusion, the second half of this letter. The Itinerant traffic study that Tom mentioned should also include the recently completed subdevelopment that's on Maple. Maple, just north of Honeysuckle on the east side. The comments that I will continue to read following Tom's dissertation are outstanding comments that we have presented to the city this last year and a half. As a reminder, wetlands and streams. The documented wetlands exist on the project site. City of Hayden Code 12-3-4 19D procedures, environmental studies needs to be applied to this project, as Ross Welborn has shared. Our 150 petition signers requested application of this code. The wetlands and stream are significant components to the existing natural surface and groundwater systems. Wetlands and floodplains in riparian areas are chemically, physically, and biologically connected with downstream waters and influence the ecological integrity of such waters. The wetlands are fed by upstream wetlands originating north of Lancaster Road and function as a biofiltering detention pond, analogous to, say, a large sponge, releasing the water into the stream that eventually flows underground just north of Whispering Pines Road and into the aquifer. The proposed subdivision plans on building over the sponge by partially replacing it with structural fill. The 2020 council members, DeLange, Panabaker, and Satterfeld, stated their concern about the wetlands. Satterfeld stated, quote, "The applicant must follow all of the rules, standards, and regulations related to wetlands." Would you purchase a home on top of a wetland in a flood zone? More details, but it's written in the letter. Second item, stormwater design. City of Hayden Code 8-3-5B stormwater management needs to be correctly applied to this project. This code requires stormwater to be treated and retained on the site, not to be channeled and conveyed off the site. The city has allowed current design to channel the water to the stream, which drains off-site. The stream affects approximately 30 residential properties. Liberty Geotechnical does not address infiltration percolation tests to provide information for the design of this storm system. Note that most of the soils are elastic clay and silty fines that inhibit infiltration. The report describes the eastern portion of the site resembling a lake or a river bottom. The storm design calculation excludes runoff from driveways and house roofs and only include runoff from public right-of-way impervious surfaces such as the streets and sidewalks. That's a problem. The elevation of the southwest portion of the site is the lowest point in the project. It is about 17 feet lower than the wetlands elevation. The storm design channels water to dry wells adjacent to existing residents at the north end of Rocky Knoll. This location is also at the south end of two converging flood zones. One resident at this location has already experienced water intrusion into their basement. The drainage basin from Lancaster Road, I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to say more detail. It's in the letter, but this point of the project is very sensitive to flooding. Fire apparatus ingress egress. Stone Creek North is dependent on the existing ingress egress provided via Rocky Knoll Street of the existing Stone Creek and Rocky Knoll subdivision. The existing Stone Creek subdivision does not have a second access that meets current state fire code for a minimum distance between two access routes. The second axis of the proposed Stone Creek North to Lancaster Road, therefore, is very important.
Mr. Akiyama, you've got about half a minute left.
Thank you. This second axis was discussed and approved in the public hearings of the planning and zoning. Your immediate attention into the proposed Stone Creek North subdivision is important to protect the public's health, safety, and general welfare, especially to the future neighbors who may purchase homes in this development. Our neighbor at the north end of Rocky R in the existing Stone Creek HOA already has incurred close to $500 in damage from logging operations. Is this indicative of future issues from a non-compliant project? In this election year, with due respect, in this election year, do you want to leave a legacy of discord resulting from a non-compliant 33-acre neighborhood subdivision? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
One to her there. She needs one. There you go. Thank you. I'll read hers.